Has your verbal score stagnated between 25 and 30? So you're scoring 26, 27, 28 consistently in your mock test, and even in the GMAT you end up scoring around 25, 26, 27, and your target is 36, 37, because if you have to go past 700 mark, and if you're doing pretty well in your quant section, let's say you're getting 49, 50, you need to get at least 36, 37, 38 in verbal to go past 700. So in this video, I'll share 5 steps that you can use to go from verbal 27 to 36 in verbal. Hi, my name is Mandeep. I'm a GMAT coach and founder of GMAT Mantra. The first step that you have to do is stop doing what you have been doing. Stop practicing more questions. See, the only strategy that every student understands that if you want to improve, practice more. See, more practice will not help. And this, all the students who have given GMAT multiple times, they understand that. Despite practicing a lot of questions, they are not able to score more than 26, 27, and they are repeatedly doing the same mistake. Do more, do more, do more, do more. Doing more will not help, because you have to understand exactly what is going wrong. Because doing more question would have been the solution. The person who does probably 3000 question must get the maximum score, but that doesn't happen. So if you're practicing more questions, stop doing that. It will not help you, okay? And it will make things worse. Why it will make things worse? Because see, there is a way of solving the questions. So if you're doing this question a specific way, mostly students, they rely on their intuitions. So if you're using intuitions, you're getting habitual of using intuitions to solve the questions. And that's one of the reasons you're getting questions wrong. So stop doing more, stop yourself. That's number one, okay? Second, take one section at a time. Don't try to work on all the 3 sections of verbal. We have sentence correction, critical reasoning, reading comprehension. So each section has its own nitty-gritties. You have to master it. So take one section at a time, and trust me, overall it will take less time, because maximum students think that if I don't do all the things together, I'll not be able to complete things on time. If you've already taken 1 year, can't you understand that that strategy doesn't work? And that's true for maximum things. Probably, if you're doing anything and if you're trying to do 10 different things, probably, you'll average out everywhere. So similarly in verbal, take one section at a time and focus on mastering that section. When I say mastery, you should get at least 80% accuracy when you practice any level of questions. It's not easy, medium, difficult. Whatever type of question whatever difficulty level you do, you should get at least 80% accuracy whenever you do that question. But if your accuracy is fluctuating, sometimes it's 40%, sometimes it's 100%. Why is it fluctuating? Because you have not mastered that section. So take one section at a time. Okay, that's number 2. So first, stop doing more practice. Second, take one section at a time and master that. Master means whenever you do questions of that particular section, you should get at least 80% accuracy consistently. There should not be a fall. If the consistency is falling, that means you have not mastered that section. Number 3, stop looking at the explanations for the questions. Now, the main reason that most of the students have stagnated is that they never use their own mind. What happens when they just practice questions, and when they get the questions wrong, rather than doing that question themselves, they start looking at the explanation from some other source. So for example, if you're doing official guide questions, so solution to those questions is given at the back of the official guide. So maximum students read those explanations, though maximum students don't even understand. Or they go to GMAT club and they start reading the explanations given by different experts. So they read all the explanations. At that moment, they think that they got the question, but actually they have not understood the question, or they have not understood the explanation, because their own mind has never given them the explanation. So next time when you get the similar type of question, you're bound to get it wrong. You have to use your own mind. So stop looking at the explanation and follow it religiously, because this is the number one reason, or I would say this is the only reason why maximum student fail to get 700 plus. So if you can understand one thing, stop, do every question yourself. Stop looking at the explanations. Number 4, focus on mastering the approach. When you practice, don't focus on just solving the question. Always focus on solving the question with the right approach, because you have to develop the habit of solving the question a certain way. Because when there is a time pressure, and if you have a habit of solving the question a certain way, you will always follow that approach. And if there is an approach, it works everywhere. Because GMAT will not give you some new error or new type of question. GMAT always gives you the similar type of question. So it's a new question, but it will have similarity to the type of question you practiced. So when you're solving the question with the right approach, you develop habits. So focus on mastering the approach. Don't focus on just solving the question. And yes, when you try to master the approach, each question will take more time than required. Invest that time. Because once you solve each one type of question, let's say you are doing questions on tenses. Once you have solved the question a certain way, and you know how to solve the questions on tenses next time, because initially it may take half an hour. Maybe you did 10 questions and each question took half an hour. So you spend around 5-6 hours on just doing 10 questions on tenses. But next time when you get a question on tenses, you will be able to solve it in a minute's time, because now you know exactly how to solve the questions. So number 4 is focus on mastering the approach. Don't focus on just getting the answer. Last, not the least, this is more related to the overall test. Okay. Remember that GMAT is an adaptive test. Okay. Adaptive means with each question, the difficulty level and weightage change. Now, if you if you attempt maximum questions of high weightage and you get them right, automatically your score will be high. Okay, so when you solve, when you attempt the verbal section, focus on accuracy. Don't rush to attempt every question and get every question right. You don't need to get all the questions right to get 37, 38. Okay, what I normally recommend to my students is that there are 36 questions in verbal. Focus on 30 questions, and out of the 30 questions, try to get 80 to 90% accuracy. Now, why do you get accuracy? Because now you have more time per question. Secondly, you are not in that rush, because you get questions wrong in GMAT, probably in quant or verbal, because of silly mistakes. Oh, I didn't read that, I didn't think that. So if you get more time and if you're more relaxed, okay, you can focus, you can think, and you can avoid silly mistakes. So if you get 80 to 90% accuracy, that means you get 26, 27 questions right out of 30. That means you end up getting around 38 to 40, depending you got 25 questions right or 27 questions right. And for the last 6 questions, okay, so there are 65 minutes. In the last 2 minutes, just randomly mark anything for the remaining 6 questions and complete the section. So focus on accuracy when you attempt the verbal section, and follow the same strategy for quant section. Don't just rush to attempt all the questions. It's not required. So follow these 5 steps and you will see that automatically your score will improve to 36, 37 easily. Thank you.